Ciao di nuovo a tutti. Hello once again, everyone. Il vecchio professore is back. We're going to address a very important aspect of Italian life and language and culture, which are the Italian proverbs. These are expressions that have been with us, with the Italians, for many, many generations and still practiced very much today. Proverbi italiani. First one is one of my favorite. A tavola non si invecchia mai. A tavola non si invecchia mai. At the table, one never gets old. It feels that way. We spend so many hours at the table, and I guess as long as one is enjoying good food and great company, you don't feel like you're actually aging at all. A tavola non si invecchia mai. A ogni uccello il suo nido è bello. This is so true. So true. A ogni uccello il suo nido è bello. Birds nest beautiful. Guess what that means? Each bird thinks its own nest is beautiful, or basically, there is really no place like home. A ogni uccello il suo nido è bello. Far di una mosca un elefante. Love this expression. Mosca is a fly, very tiny as compared to an elephant, elefante. And what does it mean? To make an elephant out of a fly, or basically to make a mountain out of a molehill. Non è tutto oro quello che luccica. We have the expressions oro or gold, luccica, to shine. And what does this mean? All that glitters is not gold. So true. We have experienced that many times. Something appeared to be one thing, and in reality it's really another. Non è tutto oro quello che luccica. Waiting for the next lesson to appear, or the next proverb. Dimmi con chi vai e ti dirò chi sei. So here we have these cute little birds, some cute birds, some tasty birds, the turkeys. Why do we have birds on the slide? What does it really mean? Dimmi con chi vai e ti dirò chi sei. Tell me the company you keep, and I'll tell you who you are. Sometimes that is very true. In other words, birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. Dimmi con chi vai e ti dirò chi sei. Noi non potremo avere perfetta vita senza amici. Kids together, smiling. They appear to be good friends, very good friends. So what does this proverb signify? We cannot have a perfect life without friends, according to Dante Alighieri, the author of the Divine Comedy. A belief that all of us have, Italians for sure. Be surrounded by very good friends, and you will have a perfect life. Noi non potremo avere perfetta vita senza amici. Chi dorme non piglia pesci. A man is trying to fish but fell asleep, so maybe he didn't catch any fish. Well, let's see what the English version of this is. Those who sleep never catch any fish. I guess the Italians believe that. In English, you snooze, you lose. Non c'è rosa senza spine, rose and thorns. There is no rose without thorns. Meaning what, really? Because there are roses without thorns, it means that nothing is perfect in life. Chi va piano va sano e va lontano. Another very important expression in Italian family life, and I hear this so many times even today. The one who goes slowly goes safely and goes far. In other words, haste often makes waste. Una cena senza vino è come un giorno senza sole. A perfect expression, and many, many Italians agree. A meal without wine is like A day without sunshine. It feels that way. Una cena senza vino è come un giorno senza sole. Wine is very important to the Italian family. And of course, sunshine is important to all of us. It's life. La vita è troppo breve per mangiare e bere male. This group is having a wonderful time around food and wine. And so this expression has very, very special meaning. La vita è troppo breve per mangiare e bere male. Life is too short to eat and drink poorly, so enjoy each and every day. In bocca chiusa non entrano le mosche. Flies, mouth, closed mouth. What does that have to do with anything? Why are flies happening in this particular proverb? In a closed mouth, flies don't enter. Or, what does it really mean? We don't want flies in our mouths anyway, but silence is golden. Be careful what we say. Silence is golden. And oftentimes, no word is better than a word that may be offensive to someone or may cause some difficulties with someone. In bocca chiusa non entrano le mosche. L'erba del vicino è sempre più verde. Even the cow believes that. I think you guess what this means. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Literally, it means the neighbor's grass is always greener. Snoopy's message to us is very simple. 3 very simple expressions. Mangia bene, that's the first one. Ridi spesso, second. Ama molto. Eat well, laugh often, love much. Again, mangia bene, ridi spesso, ama molto. We're at the end of this lesson. Ciao ragazzi, until next time. Arrivederci. Buongiorno, il vecchio professore è ritornato. The old professor has returned to share with you one more mini lesson about our beautiful Italian language and culture. This one is Italian superstitions. Superstizioni italiane. Superstizioni italiane. Do not fear the number 13, the Italians tell you. Italians and Italian Americans, the number 13 is an extremely lucky number, especially for gambling. So 13 is not something to be, or a number to be feared by the Italians. Italians love the number 13. Tredici. We haven't learned that number yet, but I'll tell you anyway. Tredici. The number 13 is associated with the goddess of fertility, who controls the lunar cycles which bring prosperity. Lucky 13. Avoid the number 17, 17, at all costs. Did you know that? Written in Roman numerals, there it is, 17 in Roman numerals, it can be rearranged to spell the Latin word vixi, which means I have lived. And death may be just around the corner. That's pretty scary. I can see why we should avoid number 17. Italians believe that you should avoid number 17, 17. The number is considered so unlucky that many hotels do not have a 17th floor. Interesting. Many hotels in Italy do not have a 17th floor. Another one, and you may have seen the expression where a person puts the index finger under the eye, watch out for the evil eye. One of the most well-known Italian superstitions is the malocchio, malo or male, which is bad, occhio, which is eye, the word for eye. It is a curse cast upon a person through an evil look from someone who is envious. The word male and occhio translate to bad and eye, or the evil eye. Malocchio. Malocchio. The malocchio curse can cause sufferers misfortune. Making the sign of the cross can help, some say. Many Italians also wear a corno, a horn-shaped necklace, to ward off the curse. Corno. I've seen these around necklaces in many people. So this is something that the Italians believe. The reason for wearing something like this is, again, to ward off the curse of the malocchio. Knock on iron. Chances are you've heard the phrase knock on wood and found a piece of wood to ward off bad luck. Knock on wood. Italians don't say knock on wood. They say tocca ferro, or touch iron, and then find a piece of iron to touch to ward off bad luck. Something new we learn each and every day. So instead of knocking on wood, the Italians say tocca ferro, tocca ferro. Some believe in the superstition so much that they even carry a nail in their pocket, so they always have iron within reach. Very interesting. Be wary of spilling salt or olive oil. Many people know about salt, but olive oil? Spilling salt or olive oil will bring bad luck, according to Italians and Italian Americans. Luckily, tossing a pinch of the spilled salt over your left shoulder or dabbing a bit of spilled oil behind each ear is believed to counteract the bad luck. So just remember that. Salt over the left shoulder, okay, and the oil, dabbing it behind each one of the ears, each one of your ears. So even though it may happen, you can still protect yourself by doing those things. Some believe it is unlucky because both salt and oil are expensive. They're very important ingredients in Italian cuisine. Others believe that the devil tends to stay on the left side of a person. So tossing the salt over your left shoulder would hit the devil directly in his eyes, stopping him in his tracks. Never wish for good luck. What does that mean, don't wish for good luck? Well, in American culture, you'll often hear performers say break a leg rather than wishing another good luck. So it's not just in Italian culture. In Italian superstitions also believe that wishing good luck will do the opposite and bring misfortune. So what do the Italians say instead? In bocca al lupo, which means in the mouth of the wolf. And the response is crepi. And here's the translation in English. Instead of telling others good luck, Italians say in bocca al lupo, as I've just indicated, which translates in the mouth of the wolf. The other person should avoid saying grazie in this case. Remember, grazie is typically okay and polite to say to someone who wishes you something good. However, in this case, you need to say crepi, or which means may the wolf die. So once again, in bocca al lupo generates the response crepi. And this is typically done when you wish someone good luck. Treat bread with respect. Bread is very important in the Italian family, on the table, the food, the different meals. Italians love their wine, cheese, and bread. It is believed that when baking bread, the dough should be blessed before putting it in the oven. One more belief, and my father always reminded us of this one. If a family goes to a supermarket, buys a loaf of bread, and for whatever reason is not able to afford the bread, can't pay anything for it, the supermarket owner, the baker, whomever, will give the bread and do not expect anything in return. Bread is sacred, and everyone should have bread and should not have to pay for it. So this is another something to remember about the importance of bread. Also, one should not put the baked loaf of bread upside down on the table. In some families, bread should be torn and not cut with a knife. So some of these additional stories have to do with a very important aspect of Italian culture and the meals that Italians enjoy, and that is bread, which is pane, il pane. Do not toast with water. Never toast with water at a wedding, at a special event, any celebration. The Italians do not believe. If you have nothing in your glass, don't toast at all. Otherwise, it has to be with what? Vino. When making a toast in Italy, it is considered unlucky to do so with water. When doing so, do as the locals do. Make your toast with wine. And be sure to look into the eyes of the other person. Never away. So do not toast with water and don't look away. Toast with wine and look in the person's eyes. One more, I believe. Do not put your hat on a bed. I wonder why this is important. This is a superstition that isn't heard of too much. When in Italy, be careful where you put your hat if you're wearing a hat of any type, a cap or a hat. Putting it on a bed is considered unlucky. Perché? Why? It is associated with death. This is what the priest does when he comes to offer his final prayers at a person's home, when a person is very ill and may not live much longer. At some funerals, the hat of the deceased is placed on top of the coffin. Now we know why you don't put a hat on a person's bed. Avoid brooms. Well, brooms are good. They're very important. They help us sweep and clean. Single people need to get out of the way when someone starts cleaning the house. This is a belief that I've heard for so many years, when I was a child. Again, avoid brooms, single people especially. Why? If someone brushes your feet by accident with a broom, you will never get married, or so they believe. So, a single person, stay away from brooms. That'll give you a chance not to clean anything and let somebody else do it. Eat lentils on New Year's Eve. Lentils, lenticchie, lenticchie. Italians celebrate New Year's Eve. It's a big feast. It's called un cenone, not just cena, supper, but cenone, a huge cena. Lentils are usually served because they are considered to bring prosperity. And they look like coins. Lentils are flat. They do look like coins. Lenticchie are very good and very much enjoyed on New Year's Eve. By themselves? Not really. The lentils are cooked with onions, garlic, herbs, tomatoes, and olive oil. And they're delicious once they're prepared that way. They're commonly served with either cotechino, which is an Italian pork sausage, or zampone, a stuffed pig's hoofs, which are also delicious. Again, prepared properly, cotechino, zampone are delicious, wonderful meals, wonderful dishes on New Year's Eve with lentils, lenticchie. On wedding day, don't look in the mirror. In Italy, it's considered bad luck for the bride to catch a glimpse of herself before arriving at the wedding ceremony. Did you know that? So there will be no bad luck at the wedding. The bride has to take off an earring or a glove. So don't look in the mirror. Remove an earring or a glove. So there will be no bad luck at all at the wedding. A very special day. We have reached the end of this lesson and all of the lessons for now. And so I have really enjoyed sharing these wonderful expressions, words, traditions with you. And I hope you'll remember them and review them. And next time we meet, you will be fluent in Italian, I'm sure of it. Arrivederci a tutti, grazie mille, ciao.